Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the RTD Fantasy Podcast, making our triumphant return after an unintended yet intended little hiatus there.
Semi-intended. It was a holiday, We were enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, a lot going on. Spending time with the family, Thanksgiving, all that. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, even if it was a little more quiet because of COVID and everything. But we are back. This is the Week 13 preview. Playoffs for a lot of leagues right around the corner. Our league is still crazy. There's 3 teams in our division now. It's 7-5.
Must win here for me, I think. So
some teams got to go. Some teams are going to stay. We'll see what happens. You're playing Rich. That's divisional. Sean's playing Romeo. That's a huge game. That's divisional. I'm out of division playing my uncle. But it's going to be interesting. I can't wait.
If anything, even for seeding, to get in and to see who's going to get the bye, who's got to play that extra playoff game, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. It's going to be an exciting week. So
yeah, for sure.
Plenty of football, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, the way our league worked this year, the top 2 seeds get a bye. And then there's 4 other playoff teams, so 6 seeds total. But yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. But that's what we're here for. We're here to preview, give our thoughts, stuff like that. So let's get into it. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Saints-Falcons, NFC South. Last time these 2 teams met, the Saints had 8-9 sacks on Matt Ryan. They just ate him alive. This is in Atlanta. Last game was in New Orleans, so could make a little bit of a difference. Saints still without Breeze. Taysom Hill stepping in, doing all right. Against Denver, he looked a little shaky, but Denver's defense is more than capable of shutting down offenses.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
But I think all in all, he's looked comfortable. And I think his mobility kind of gives that offense a different dynamic too.
No, it's definitely different seeing, what the offense looks like now without Breeze, because it's defenses don't know, is he going to run the ball? He showed he could throw the ball a little bit. There was a couple of throws where he probably should have hit some targets or led them better, but he looks comfortable in the pocket. Obviously, it's nothing really new to him because he's been in situations and games, just not as a starting quarterback. But for this game, it's a little scary. If you're Alvin Kamara owner, it's concerning that what do you do? Do you even play him at this point? He's had 2 back-to-back rough weeks. He still put up I think flex numbers maybe.
Yeah. I think if you own any of those guys, if you own Kamara, Dalvin Cook, any of the top 5, top 10, you pretty much you got to start them. I don't think those are guys that you're going to sit. But I think Hill's definitely hurt Kamara's value a little bit because there's not as many dump offs going to Kamara. I think from what I saw, it was maybe 1 or 2 targets to him. And like I said, because Hill changes that offense dramatically, he could pocket and run. He can throw deeper than Breeze can. So, but I think Kamara is still a start. But especially now that he's hobbled a little bit, he's still nursing that foot injury. He's been limited this week. The matchup's good, which is favorable for him. But I think Michael Thomas too. He's looking for a little bounce back. He's been up and down since his return. And favorable matchup for wide receivers as well. So.
Yeah, it's just it's weird having Taysom Hill back there. Even Murray looked better too. He got a lot of work last week. So
that too. I think with Kamara's injury, they're capping his in-game reps too, not even just practice reps. You have a capable back like Murray, which helps them. You could kind of afford sitting Kamara a little bit, letting him rest up.
But it's going to be one of those divisional games, especially with Breeze out. It makes it a little more tighter. The spread's at 3, favoring the Saints. But I think Matt Ryan, he lives for these big games. It's going to be weird that he's not going up against his, fierce opponent every year to year. You look forward to the Breeze Ryan matchup twice a year.
Yeah.
But The Falcons look they're a little hurt too. I see a bunch of questionables for their lineup. Big
Yeah, I
games.
saw Julio was downgraded out today. He didn't practice. Um, so obviously that leaves Calvin Ridley to step up, do his thing. But he's questionable too.
Yeah, and Todd Gurley and
Right.
Hurts.
He's been limited. But yeah, I mean the Falcons coming off a big win over the Raiders, just blew them out. Took a lot of people by surprise. Took
I don't
us
want to
by
talk about that
surprise.
game.
That was
I don't wanna talk-
depressing. But we've known all season the Falcons. They have a talented offense. They can really keep up with anybody. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Should be a fun game to watch. I think I'm still gonna have to go with the Saints though. I think they still get it done. They still look pretty good even with Hill in the backfield. So I'll take them money line.
Word, respect.
And you don't bet them, so
Yeah, it's hard.
it's a tough
Moving
game.
on, Lions Bears from Soldier Field in Chicago. Um, Looking like the Lions are not going to have Galladay again. He still hasn't practiced this week due to his hip injury. Amendola's been practicing. Swift is out of the concussion protocol, but now he has an illness, non-COVID related, they say. So we'll see what happens with that as we head into the weekend. They finally fired Matt Patricia and their GM too, right?
Yeah. Bob or something.
So
Bob something.
Bobby and Matt, see ya. But yeah, they're cleaning house a little bit. I saw the interim coach. He said something along the lines of like he wants to come in and just like let the team like play free and like loose and shit. So I would love to see Swift play, obviously, because I think, especially with Patricia gone, they're just gonna let Swift like run his thing. But obviously no Galladay. Stafford's top target, best receiving option on the team, hurts them a lot. And Amendola and Marvin Jones, they're capable receivers, but I don't think they could step up and fill a wide receiver one role like Galladay can. So
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty even matchup. The Bears really haven't looked good as of late. But Detroit's hurting in their guys. Like they don't have, if they have Galladay, I think they win this game easy. He's just that big of a threat. But it makes it a little more interesting. Hall has had some big games. Marvin Jones, he does his thing, but he's up and down. And fingers crossed that Swift plays. I mean, I actually switched to Lions +3. I'll take the points. But if Swift plays, that'll help my bet out a lot. And then on the other side of the ball, who do we know who's starting for Chicago yet? I think they might have decided. I
think it might be Trubisky again. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say about the Bears. I mean, their offense kind of all over the place. Yeah, Trubisky's starting.
Yeah.
So I think Trubisky's a better option than Foles, to be honest. I think that helps A-Rob's value. A-Rob had a great game against Green Bay. David Montgomery, I mean, you want to talk about a bounce back. He had 25 points against Green Bay. He had a 100-round receiving touchdown. That could easily carry over here against Detroit. Very favorable matchup. But yeah, it's just, I mean, outside of A-Rob, it's really, and maybe Montgomery now, but I mean, it's really tough to trust anyone on the Bears offense.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Cordell Patterson.
I think with Trubisky, he's a little bit more mobile of a quarterback than Foles. So I think that opens up the run game. The front line on the defensive end has to be a little more on their toes. They can't just sit on Foles being in the pocket the whole time. So they have to be a little more weary. So I think that's why Montgomery had a little bit better of a game last week. But I still, I really don't think that this Bears team is really that good. And I think I had a lot of faith in Detroit at the beginning of the year, and they didn't have Galladay then, so that's kind of why I'm leaning towards Detroit. I wanted them to just win straight up, but I think just taking the points is a little safer of a bet. But I mean,
yeah,
there could be points in this game for a couple guys. I might start Marvin Jones because if he's going to be Stafford's go-to guy, then he could do some damage in this game as well. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a good matchup though. But
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
two really average teams.
it's definitely gonna be a better game than it looks on paper. I think Chicago's defense keeps them in a lot of games. They have a great defensive front. Their secondary is pretty good. But I'm gonna go Detroit money line here.
Fair, I agree. I mean, I took him. I'm just playing a safe bet, taking +3.
Yeah, 100%.
I think you get a little bit better odds, but if I'm gonna parlay it 4 games, I'll just take the points.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, next up, Browns Titans battle at the 8-3s. The Browns huge surprise this year. That Chubb Hunt combo. Baker's just doing what he can. He's only throwing like 10. He's got to be averaging like the least throwing attempts, passing attempts.
It's 294 attempts on the year. So, I mean, how many? 11 games. It's like under 30 attempts a game.
I mean, you got guys like Goff throwing like 60 a game. Tannehill's throwing like 40 to 50. But yeah, I mean, you have Chubb and Hunt, two premier number 1 backs. And then if you like Jarvis Landry, he ate last week. He had a great game. It was good to see. Caught his first touchdown of the year. You got Austin Hooper there, Harrison Bryant. I mean, you have some options, but I just think Baker kind of like weighs them down. But they've really become a run heavy team. Their defense is solid, and that's why they're 8-3. They're probably going to make the playoffs. So
yeah, I mean, I think I agree. They've relied a lot, especially when both of them are healthy. It is probably one of the most fun 2-set.
I mean, Chubb is a great. I love watching him. Like
the 1-2 punch is really fun to watch, but then you drop back Baker and it's like a shit show. If you watch the highlights from last week, it was like he missed so many open guys in the end zone, like easy passes. So
yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, but if you look at the Browns on paper, they're a really good team. And
yeah, I mean, they're
8-3, so kudos to them. I mean, they're doing a great job pulling it through. They're pulling some good wins out of their asses right now. But it's the Browns. I mean, how far are they going to actually get on the playoffs? But this will be a good test. This will be a good test for sure because the Titans are a solid team as well, and I think they're a little more well-rounded, especially at quarterback. I think Tannehill is a little more confident, a little more consistent. And after last week, some of the plays that the Titans made last week was crazy. AJ Brown, that stupid catch, and then he had like 30 yards after the catch. After getting hit, he's running through heads.
He's a yak machine. He's a beast.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, Titans coming off that huge win over the Colts. They blew them out. Derrick Henry had 178 on the ground, 3 touchdowns.
Oh my god!
And that's the thing. Like I get like, playing matchups and stuff. Like, oh, this is a tough matchup on paper. But like guys like that, like your Derrick Henrys and like other running backs, doesn't matter the matchup. Like you got to plug them in because they have that. That's why they're premier backs because they have that ability to just like flip a switch and pop off.
The dude is an automatic 5 yards of carry. So
yeah, I think at this point of the year, it's really tough to play matchups. Like you just got to play your best guys. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a really good game. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, this will definitely be a battle test for both teams.
I feel like it should be in the 4:00 window. Like it's at 1, which is weird to me.
I mean, I'm not gonna get picky about what time.
I'm just saying it's a good game. It should be.
Oh, I'm excited.
It should be Sunday night. It should be Sunday night football.
Listen, do you think at the NFL is like, Tennessee, Cleveland?
They should flex.
4 o'clock prime time.
They should flex it.
December 5th, whatever date it is.
They flexed all this other bullshit.
I mean, they could.
Might as well.
But and then in the grand scheme of things, I really like the Titans a lot. I'd probably just stick with them money line.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Titans as well. I don't know. I'm taking that over too.
I see. This is the thing. I expect this to be like an all-out battle, like offensive, like go crazy. But it'll probably end up being like 13 to
low scoring. Yeah. We shall see. Bengals, Dolphins. The Joe Burrowless Bengals going up against the 7-4 Dolphins. Another surprising team this year. I say it every podcast. I really love what the Dolphins are doing. Coming off a win against the Jets.
Who would have thunk?
2 is a game time decision, they said. So Fitzpatrick's in line to maybe get another start. Who's their running back? Salvin Ahmed. Yeah, he's filling in for Myles Gaskin. He's been doing.
He's questionable. I think he got a little banged up last game.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He's been putting in some respectable work.
They still have like Josh Howard too, I think. So they'll be all right even if he doesn't play. But I mean, he's had a couple of good games. I think he had a setback last week, but viable RB2 flex if you need him.
Yep.
If you're really clawing for some points. But look at the Dolphins, man. Who would have thunk? They're double-digit point favorites. 11.5 is the spread. Who would have thought to see the day? I mean, you take out Joe Burrow, that's probably at least a touchdown, so it's probably like -4.5.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna take that spread. I mean,
they covered last week against the Jets, and the Jets. I mean, I thought the Jets were gonna come out and do something, but
that defense is looking good.
Their defense is stellar.
Devontae Parker, the past 2 games, 18 points, 19.9. Another good matchup. Expect that to continue. Like high-end wide receiver 2 numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins, another, solid team. They've been playing well. I'll rock with them in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to, Miami just keep on chugging along.
Keep it on.
Sucks for the Bengals, though.
Yeah. I mean, you know me, I'm a huge Burrow guy, huge Burrow fan. Sucked to see him get hurt. But his surgery was successful. He's expected to make a complete recovery for next year. So hope to see him back out there next year. Next up, Jags, Vikings. Mike Glennon getting the start again for Jacksonville. Dalvin Cook got a little banged up, but he avoided a serious injury. And then he said yesterday he's ready to roll, take on his normal workload. But it was interesting. I think it was the offensive coordinator said something like Dalvin's just like really beat up, like banged up. He's taking some hits, this and that. And I think he's been averaging like 25 carries about per game. It was running him into the ground ever since he came back.
I mean, what do you expect though? The guy puts up 4 touchdowns a game. You got to run him 25 times at least.
I agree. Yeah,
at least 25.
But like he's another guy. Like you can't. You got to start him just because of his potential. It's a great matchup. He had a low week surprisingly against Carolina. Carolina's defense surprisingly played well. But I mean Dalvin should eat here. So
yeah, you expected him, hop back on the wagon, do his thing, ball out, get 100 yards.
Jay Jefferson,
tutty or 2. Justin Jefferson, man,
beast,
baller,
stud,
rookie of the year candidate.
They're getting Thielen back from COVID. Another boost to their offense.
Yeah, I mean, slowly but surely, Minnesota's coming along. They looked a little shaky. They kind of lean on Dalvin a little bit, but who can blame them?
Yeah. I mean, if think about it, it's a battle of Cook and, J-Rob. He's a bell cow, too. So,
yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah, this is I completely forgot about J-Rob. J-Rob is an absolute monster.
Good running back duel.
Yeah. This will be a fun one to watch.
It's 2 defenses that you can run on, too. So, I mean, there could be some like hidden points in this game.
Yeah.
That like people won't expect.
No, I mean, it's definitely going to be. I feel like the Jags suck, but they do have some bright spots in their offense, so they have that going for them.
Yeah, Chark might come back. He's been limited so far. Obviously, a solid target for Mike Glennon. That would be Chark's 3rd quarterback he'll be playing with this season, so just ridiculous. I'm going to tease. I see the spread at -10. I would tease Minnesota. maybe like -6.5.
Yeah, that's way too big of a spread. Take the alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a touchdown. They win by a touchdown.
Titty,
I
titty,
agree.
titty. Raiders, Jets. Raiders fucked a lot of people last week.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah, about that.
everyone. That was like a mortal lock against Atlanta, and then they come out and I don't know what was going on. I mean, their offense just looked super out of. Their whole team just looked out of sync, which is surprising because they've been playing good football this season up until that point. But a nice get right game here with the Jets.
Listen, this is where you put your foot on the ground and you say, "F what happened last week."
Yeah,
You
forget
forget
about it.
about it, and you beat this winless Jet team by 40.
Just come out and stomp them.
Just
Like
play your
punch,
game that you know how to do.
throw them to
Just
the ground. You know.
you do what you know what you can do because we talk about it every week. We're like, damn, this Raiders team is like hard nosed, like they
They're tough.
battle.
Yeah, they've
They're
always been.
tough as nails. You know,
Yeah.
they walk into Salties with two and they're like, I don't need no milk, son. Give me the nails.
How
Give me
tough
the
are
nails.
you? I mean, they're walking into the salty spittoon right now. You know, let's see how tough they are.
Let's see how tough they are because
Yeah, you
we'll
got
kick their
you
butts
got
down to what's the other place called? The Weenie Hut Juniors.
we need juniors. We're gonna find out. You get fucking
We will
romped by the
find out.
Falcons.
Hey,
Now
hey,
you got the Jets.
don't sleep on 'em. Don't sleep on the Jets.
Don't be the team that gives the Jets their first win.
That's what it's coming down to.
We're never gonna let you guys live it down.
No, but I mean, let's talk about the game a little bit. You know, Derek Carr, really rough week last week. Let's stop talking about it now. But I believe in him. He's finding his groove with Nelson Aguilar. I think they're a great duo. Aguilar has, he's a very versatile wide receiver. I see him listed as questionable. I don't know what's really going on with him, but
he has an ankle thing. I don't think he might have been limited. No, he didn't practice yesterday. He didn't practice today, so obviously concerning. You'd like to see him get some work in tomorrow or on Friday. But yeah, I mean, you want to see. I think Jacobs is questionable too.
yeah. So that hurts. That hurts a little bit.
But Devontae Booker is pretty solid too.
I've been saying that. He looks really, really explosive. He makes some really big runs. So
Good downhill runner. But yeah,
he's not Josh Jacobs, but he's a good backup.
Get Darren Waller involved. Get Hunter Renfrow involved. I mean, if Aguilar can't go, get Renfrow involved. Get him going deep.
Yeah.
But I mean, this should be easy for the Raiders. And then the Jets side of things, Frank Gore filling in for LaMichael Perrine, running pretty good, to be honest, especially
the old man can run still, man.
All reliable. They do have some deep. Rashad Perryman, Denzel Mims. Some deep threats there. So they could strike. They could strike when if they're feeling capable. But it's
never
really
know, man. They're all professionals at the end of the day, so
sporadic.
You never know what could happen. The Jets the last couple of weeks, I mean, they're just giving up too many points. That's really the issue. But it's they shouldn't. I don't think they should get a win this year. After not being who they played, the Chargers were probably their most winnable game, I think.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I thought it was. But
I mean, they could probably beat the Patriots, to be honest. But we'll see how that goes. That's another week.
Like they're gonna get like a fluke win or something at some point, and maybe go like 1-15. But
it's rigged, But I expect the Raiders to roll through. I mean, I hope they bury them by 40. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say they cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm ripping their spread too. That -8.5.
Yeah, why not?
Put it on the bet slip. Where am I at? Last 1:00 game, Colts and Texans from Houston. Big news, Will Fuller suspended for 6 games, practically the rest of the season.
Bye-bye season.
If they don't make playoffs, he broke the PED policy. He said he went to a doctor, took something, didn't know.
Yeah.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, sure.
But it's a shame. He was having a great year. I didn't even think about what my uncle said, how he like in the past, he never stayed healthy. Now this year, all of a sudden, he magically played every game in a contract year. So, and then one of their defensive backs got nabbed too. He got suspended.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
something.
see, little fishy stuff going on there
Soon you're gonna
down
see
in
Soon you're gonna
down
see
in Houston.
Watson suspended.
No, don't tell me that. That dude's a straight baller. They might have to. They might have to get
Oh,
a.
me
They
that. I
might
need
have to
that.
piss in a cup.
I need that dude. But yes, I mean Brandon Cooks, Kiki Kuti, step up as your targets there. They have Darren Fells, Jordan Akins,
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobbs, David Johnson still. I think he has one more game on IR. So Duke Johnson remains the RB1 for Houston. And then the Colts side of things, you just got to bounce back from that Titans game.
No, yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago they ended up blowing somebody out that I thought that it would be. I think it was the Lions actually. So I guess it wasn't really that close of a game, but should have been close of a game. But I thought the Lions should have competed. But I mean, their defense, you can't mess around with the Colts defense. They come to play every day. You expect them to bounce back here, especially against the hurting now Houston offense without Fuller. You expect them to do some damage here, hold it down while hopefully Phillips Rivers can get something going on the offensive end. Pittman
coming alive,
looking good. Starting to become a favorite target for Rivers. And then, I mean, everybody else is kind of a sleeper. You never know. Like Ty.
Oh, Ty, yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I think he had a decent week last week because he had a tutty and a couple of catches.
I mean, at this point in the year, if you're stuck starting T.Y. Hilton,
you're probably screwed. But
feel bad for you. But they're getting Jonathan Taylor back off the COVID list, which is good for them because the game before against Green Bay, they went away from that 3 running back committee. They gave Taylor full reign. Had a decent game. Good matchup here. So Taylor could.
I mean, if they keep that strategy,
if he gets to work, yeah.
Yeah, he obviously that's what it should have been for the whole year. But I guess he was taking care of an injury. I think he had something going on that I guess held him back a little bit, and then he came out and balled out, and then I guess
also rookie too. I guess they wanted to ease him in to the NFL and everything. So,
but with the news of Fuller, and I guess that other guy, I forget what you said, who it was. Who was the other one?
Defensive back Roby.
I think that hurts them enough that the Colts kind of take this, cover the spread. Probably, I'd probably take the 3.5 spread.
Yeah, I
think it might be a field goal game, but I take the spread.
I'll take their money line. Colts money. Moving on, Rams Cardinals from Arizona. This is a sneaky good game too. I feel like Cardinals are coming off. Who'd they play last? Oh, that lost to the Patriots. Yeah.
Great game.
Kyler didn't look great. He's been banged up though. He has a shoulder thing. Obviously that hurts D-Hop a little bit.
I was gonna say.
Hurts the rest of their receivers. But
yeah, I mean, what can you say about this game? Hopefully Kyler comes back, feels a little better, gets D-Hop involved. Kirk also firing at all cylinders. He is lethal, sneaky good. Could be a flex play. Trying to think who do they have in the backfield for them? Who's their running back? Oh, Drake. Drake's a stud. Drake, Edmonds. I mean, Edmonds gets involved.
Edmonds. Yeah, they're still getting Edmonds a little involved. But yeah, I mean, it's all on Kyler. His rushing ability, getting D-Hop involved.
Yeah, no, this is definitely
D-Hop and Jalen Ramsey.
Definitely a sneaky good game. I think that Jared Goff is a turnover machine. He's getting close to like a Wentz to me. I mean, he's a better quarterback than Wentz, obviously, but like there's games where he could go for 4 turnovers.
Yeah, he does have that tendency to cough up the ball. But I feel like the Rams offense is like it's tough to defend because they throw so much stuff at you.
True.
They do a lot of movement, a lot of jet sweeps. They have two very talented receivers in Woods and Cup. So it's. I mean, I think it's one of the more dynamic offenses in the NFL, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is whose quarterback is going to show up, and who's going to show out.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to come down to because that offense isn't going to do anything unless Goff gets anything going with Cup or Woods, and Kyler has to be, can he rush for 50 plus? Can he get D-Hop involved? Can he start airing the ball out a little bit? So,
yeah,
sneaky good matchup for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take that Rams -2.5 though.
Yeah, I think I'd have to favor the Rams still, but I just don't want it. Even though it's low enough to take the spread, but
yeah. Next up, Giants and Seahawks. Seahawks coming off win against have memory problems.
Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, that fucking bullshit. Yeah, backdoor by Billy Hail Mary.
Can we? Oh my God! Why are you going for 2? What's the point?
I mean, I see the I see the logic behind it because then they're only down 6. But I mean, for betting purposes, it sucks. Obviously.
How much time was left?
20 seconds.
So they kicked the onside field goal. I think. I get it. But
I forget the exact percentage, but it was like over 90% of the.
It sucks because
bets were on Seattle spread.
Yeah, it sucks because also like the defense is probably lining up. They're up 8, and they're like, "Fuck, we're just letting him in that end zone. Like we're not gonna try." Just dance.
Someone dropped like $500K on that too.
Yeah, well, that's like whatever the guy's mattress Matt or whatever that puts up like.
Mac for Houston.
Yeah, mattress Mac. Yeah.
I mean, if you're betting $500K, you probably have a shit ton of money anyway. So.
But
not crazy.
Back to the game. This is a rough one for the Giants because they do not have Daniel Jones. They're gonna be with Colt McCoy.
Oh, the hammy. Yeah, he's got a hammy. Colt McCoy, baby. Oh yeah, they're gonna get fucked. I'm just gonna say it. They're gonna get screwed.
So
they're in the NFC East race though, in that division.
So this is probably an L for them. So they obviously are just gonna keep Danny Jones out, play Colt, but they want to win. They want to win the division. It's like the fact that there's even a race in this division is insane. But I don't really see much happening on offense for them. I expect Seattle offense, to just keep cruising. DK had Megatron, better than Megatron numbers, even though whatever is the defensive coordinator over at
Jim Schwartz, that clown, yeah.
You're not quite. Oh, come on, bro. Come on.
And then Metcalf comes out, he's fighting people, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hothead, but.
77 yards. Lockett's been quiet the past couple weeks. I wonder if they get him more involved, especially in this matchup. So, Carson's back. They're firing on all cylinders. Rolling Seattle.
Jamal Adams is looking good too, so that their secondary is looking a little better.
Top safety in the league, Jamal Adams. Defense is coming along, so all things trending up.
For sure. But I think this is going to be an absolute snooze fest of a game for the New York Giants, and Seattle walks away with it pretty easy.
You're. All right, Eagles, Packers. Eagles obviously lose to Seattle. Packers beat Chicago.
Yep.
I think what's messing me up too is that Week 12 took for fucking ever.
Well, this week took forever too.
So now, I don't even remember what happened. But
yeah,
we saw what Metcalf did to Darius Slay. I think Adams is gonna do the same. I'm just gonna guess that he has over 150 at least.
Yeah, he's got to be probably the projected number 1 wide receiver going into this week.
Yeah. I'm gonna bet him to score like 3 touchdowns.
I mean, it could be a bet.
2+ maybe.
The dude is an animal. There's no denying the dude is an absolute animal.
Yeah, I mean they got Aaron Jones there. Alan Lazard's back. They're kind of like slowly working him back in from this core thing. But I mean, you got Rogers, Adams, Jones. That's all you really need.
Equinox, St. Brown,
Equinox, Aquarius.
whatever, however the hell you say his name.
Rogers likes him.
Equilibrium, loves him. They love the little out route, up the sideline.
Robert Tonyan.
Tony. Hey, don't mess with the Green Bay offense, man.
No, man, just don't do it. Then the Eagles side, Miles Sanders been kind of disappointing lately. He's losing touches to Boston Scott, which is surprising. I was stuck starting Jalen Reagor, and it was like the worst thing ever. Trying to root for an Eagles receiver just because Wentz is so bad.
I'm really hoping that they just pull the plug and
they got to do it. I mean, how long are you gonna just suck?
It's because they literally have him, and if they get rid of him, they have to pay for him still.
Well, they gave him the contract. Yes,
you got to figure it out, guy. Like, stop throwing picks and be smart and make the right decision. You're a professional. Come on.
Be smart.
Be smart one time. You're getting paid millions to do this, bro.
He doesn't care.
Probably not, but you really want to be sidelined and benched and
maybe take an alternate spread Packers minus like 20.
I mean, that's how bad I think the Eagles are. Like, it's close. Like
minus like
maybe 2 touchdowns. Maybe 2 touchdowns. Probably I mean, even then, I think the odds might. I don't know.
I think if you go, but I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
We might have to put a little.
I have to take that action.
What's the over? We might have to tease the over under and the spread here. They might cover the spread themselves. I think. I mean, cover the over under themselves.
They could, honestly. They probably could.
And it's gonna be.
It's in Green Bay
it's
too.
It's gonna be Davante with 3 tutties. Aaron Jones 2.
6
Rogers running one in. It might be one of those games, but we say this every time, and it's gonna end up being like a 1 touchdown game.
It's gonna happen, dude.
Defensive battle.
There's no way.
Every time.
There's absolutely no way.
Every time, bro. Every time we talk about it.
Pats Chargers. Keenan Allen's eating. Justin Herbert's looking good as a rook.
Yeah.
And the Patriots, they're just kind of hanging around in the AFC East. Like,
doing their thing.
Are they good? Are they not? I don't know.
Dude, I don't think they're good. I really don't.
Well, I mean, you would know better than me.
Cam's like, I haven't played my best ball yet. Really? I hope not, because you're still throwing the freaking ground as your favorite target. It looks like you're going to chuck it out of the damn stadium when you throw the ball, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, he just like heaves that thing and it goes like 10 yards, 10, 20 yards. Damian Harris has been a bright spot for them. And then, I mean, they're really weak at receiver. That's their biggest problem. Luckily, they got Stephon Gilmore. Just locks people down. But I feel like this could be a low-scoring game, like sneakily.
I mean, sneakily, but do you expect anything less? I say it every time. Bill's gonna have something lined up for Herbert, something lined up for Keenan Allen. The defense is just sneakily good somehow. Every year.
It is a good defense. I think it's low scoring.
They just can't get points. That's the issue.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Pat's money line.
I mean, I'm the same way. I don't bet on my team. I really don't even have confidence in them to beat it. I don't really have confidence.
Stephon's gonna lock up Keenan. He's gonna lose Liam his week.
Watch your mouth.
That's gonna be it.
Low key. I want the Chargers to just blast them a new one and Keenan to go for 150 and
50 and like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Low key, but high key.
Eckler's back. He's a great running back. Super underrated.
Does it all.
It's fun to watch. But, yeah, I'm sticking with the Pats.
Yeah, well, we know how I feel, so.
Yeah, he made that clear.
Keep my mouth shut.
Sunday night, Broncos, Chiefs. Chiefs by 1 million. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
I think Hill hits 300 yards in this game. He came close.
Are we even going to play this game, honestly? Like,
What?
are they even really going to play this game? Like, does Denver even want to show up at this point?
Dude, imagine if they had to play the Saints without quarterbacks. Imagine if they had to play Kansas City without quarterbacks.
Oh my god.
In Kansas City.
It would be
absolute status quo for the Chiefs. Mahomes, probably the MVP frontrunner right now. They have Edwards-Helaire having a great rookie year. Le'Veon Bell's there now. Tyreek Hill's averaging 200 yards a game now.
In the first half.
Travis Kelce, like every other game, gets over 100 receiving yards. There's so many great fantasy options that you want from this team.
If you could just take the Chiefs, put them on your fantasy team, you would win.
If you started all the Chiefs, you'd be all right.
You get screwed when you have to drop them on their bye week, but
well, yeah, that's one loss.
But how are you gonna get them back?
You probably have a decent year if you just started all the Chiefs. We should do that one year, just like mess around and like everyone pick a team and just play all their players.
Honestly, there would be a couple teams that could do it. The Seahawks, the Chiefs.
Chiefs definitely.
Saints.
Saints you could probably get by. Bucks.
That would be a fun side thing to do.
That would be funny. Might have to run it by the commish. And then because of COVID, we have a doubleheader Monday and then a Tuesday game. So 5 o'clock Monday, Washington and the 11-0 Steelers. Looked shaky yesterday, man. You probably didn't watch the game, right?
I didn't really watch it at all. I mean, I
caught probably most of the first half and then toward the end of the fourth quarter. But Steelers look great driving down the field, and then in the red zone, it just looked like they completely forgot how to play.
Yeah.
But that's their defense is phenomenal. They did lose Bud Dupree. He tore his ACL. It's a huge loss for them. But their defense is well-rounded enough to, I think, make up for that. But they're 11-0. There's really not much else you could say about them. James Conner was out with COVID, so I think he'll probably be back this week. Take over his role as RB1. They're really a pass-heavy offense now, though. I mean, with Claypool, Deontay Johnson, and Juju, and Eric Ebron, who had a decent game against Baltimore. So.
No, it's it would be a really good matchup, Green Bay and the Steelers, because both offenses are very similar, I feel like, except I think obviously Green Bay has a little slighter edge. But 11-0. Who's gonna take down the Giant?
Could it be Washington? Probably not. As much of a good story as Alex Smith is, it's just a really tough matchup. Terry McLaurin, he'll get his looks, but it's hard to see him doing well. Antonio Gibson, they're just gonna find the sled and rough.
Hopefully he catches 10 dump offs. I'd be happy.
It too. I see a little snowflake. I don't know if snow's in the forecast.
I'd be down. Run with Gibson, baby.
Yeah.
Do it all.
Play McLaurin as a running back. Sure. I'm here for it.
Why not?
I'm taking that Steeler. I don't know.
Alternate.
Steelers 4.5.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot.
I feel like 8's high.
Yeah. I mean, they should win probably. It might be 6.5. I think might be the right number here. After a shaky week, though, I guess. I mean, I'd probably take him 6.5. Be a little more ballsy.
Yeah, I feel that. And then the Monday night game at 8:15, Bills and Niners. The Niners have to play 2 or 3 home games from State Farm in Glendale because of COVID restrictions in Santa Clara. So temporarily playing at the Cardinals Stadium. It's tough for them without Garoppolo, Kittle, Debo's been in and out. Mostert's been in and out. Coleman's been hurt. They just got slammed with injuries. And then the Bills side, 8-3, looking really good. You just hope Josh Allen maybe gets a little more consistent. Maybe get Singletary a little more involved.
Yep.
But for the most part, they're pretty solid.
Yeah, it's weird because to start the week, the Bills were like 3.5 point favorites, and now the line's even money. So I don't know what Vegas is hearing, what the little birdies are telling Vegas, but I think Buffalo is definitely the better team here. San Fran looked pretty good last week. Debo did his thing. He's a beast. Mostert's back, so that really helps out their offense. McKinnon still got involved a little bit. I think he had a better day than Mostert, but I think that should be just because McKinnon is just more of a dual threat. He'll catch some passes and stuff. So, but in the end of it, I think Buffalo still sneaks away. I'm taking them -2.5 in my bet.
I was going to take Buffalo. I'd probably take Buffalo money line.
Yeah. Buffalo should win this game.
Yeah. I think the Niners keep it close, but I think Buffalo ends up taking it.
Yes, sir.
And then close it out. Tuesday night, Cowboys-Ravens from Baltimore. Baltimore, they should have Lamar back. They should have Dobbins, Ingram. They should have their full arsenal. They should have Andrews back. So I'm expecting a bounce back here for Baltimore. I think they'll come out. I think they'll beat the Cowboys pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, RG3 did not look too hot, but they should be back to doing their usual. They're a good team all around. They got hopefully all their backs back. Hopefully Lamar starts figuring out his passing game a little bit, but I think the Cowboys are still just too weak to really put up a fight. I mean, they gave the Steelers a scare, but at the end of the day, I don't think they have what it takes. I mean, Zeke's slowly getting back to what he does, but it's still hard for him to carry a whole team. Dalton is a little bit better than whoever the hell they had back there. I know that.
Or Garrett Gilbert or whatever.
Who was it? Gilbert. Yeah. Who do I have? They have CD. I mean, CD. He'll have a good. He'll probably have a good game. Gallup and is there another one I'm missing?
Cooper.
He had a good week last week.
Cooper. Yeah.
So, but
Cooper's a stud. I think Dalton elevates them a little bit, but that loss to Dak is just, I think, too much for them to overcome.
Yeah. At this point.
Defensively, they have some playmakers that can maybe obviously make some plays, but I think Baltimore will come out and I think they'll win it. I'll take their money line.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Baltimore money line as well. I don't really see any info on that, but I'd have to agree.
Probably not out yet.
I mean,
but then Bucks and Panthers are on byes this week, so plan accordingly. That wraps up week 13. I'll hope to have my rankings out by Saturday. I just haven't done them yet, but I'll sit down and do them eventually. We're gonna do like a playoff preview, like look at schedules, kind of rank people, see who can benefit, who maybe might struggle, but we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Yeah, I mean, sit tight until Sunday. No football tonight, so
yeah,
we're all just waiting. Big week.
Sunday, big final week.
Points. We're betting all the overs this week because we want damn fantasy points. Okay?
We need them.
Every single over is about to hit this week.
We don't just want them. We need them.
We need them, and it's going to be fun, I think. I think a lot of leagues are in the same situation we are, where it's a couple teams, whether it's fighting for, that playoff seeding or getting in. This is the week. So
Yeah,
good
it's
luck to everybody.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. Keep an eye on the Twitter as always. Check out the site, rollthedicefantasy.com, as always, and we'll catch you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace.